Okay, I'm gonna do what I can here, everyone. My arm's gonna get tired fast. I did get a capture card, but turns out it's not compatible with PlayStation 5. So I'm still recording on my phone for the time being. I just wanted to have a quick discussion video. Also, I want to say that this is not my main Genshin account. So, my characters do not look like how I wish they did. So, I wanted to have a discussion video about, is Genshin Impact really pay to win? Now, before we get into the video, I want to go over why the heck I'm making this video. I see a lot of people saying Genshin Impact is a super pay-to-win game and don't bother getting it unless you're a whale, all this blah 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 bull crap. Okay? That's the one word I have to say about those kinds of videos. What you're doing is you're letting you being salty turn people off of the game. And what you're saying is bullcrap. I am here to talk about how Genshin Impact is by far F2P friendly compared to most other adventure games I've seen. Genshin Impact, in my opinion, is not that much more pay to win than Dark Souls. What I mean by this is some of the best characters you can possibly run, okay? Raiden Shogun, Hu Tao, Zhao, Ganyu, Zhongli. These are all some of the best characters you can run. But do you really need them to be effective? The answer is no, you don't. Okay? Genshin Impact is not pay to win because let me show you who you can get for free. I hate PlayStation controls so much, but I like the game on PlayStation. So, to start out, Noelle. So, the game gives you 10 free Acquaint Fate right off the bat. You don't have to be very high adventure rank to get this. Which means you get Noelle guaranteed plus 2 wishes. Once you build up another 6 Fate, Acquaint Fate, which you can get a few different ways, you can wish again on the Novice banner and get a guaranteed 4-star character. So you could get Beidou, you could get Xingqiu, you could get Ningguang, you could get Sucrose, you could get Chongyun, you could get Bennett, you can get who I got on this account, Fischl, who is a god. You could get Razor, you could get a constellation for Zhanling, who is just a really good DPS. You could get Diona, Xingyan, Rosaria. I guess Yinjin is okay, but you could get her even. You could get Goro, you could get Toma, you could get Sayu. These are all good characters. And you'll notice I literally listed almost every 4-star in the game with the exception of Amber, Kaya, Lisa, Barbara, and Kujo-Sara. So I'm going to go into that here pretty quickly. But all these other ones are just amazing. If you want to go pure Geo, Goro is an absolute must-have. That is true. But it's not, that's only one team. So Bennett here honestly should be a 5-star. I'm not kidding. Bennett is a great attack boost, a great burst DPS, a great healer, and he's freaking pyro. Like, Bennett is all advantages, no disadvantages, really. And if you manage to pull Bennett, you're pretty much golden. And even if you don't, you'll be fine. Did it again. Razor is one of the hardest hitting claymores in the game. And he's really, honestly, I find him a really fun character. I have him on my other alt account. Yes, I have 3 accounts. All the 4 stars in the game are actually good, with the exception of Kujo Sara, Amber, and Lisa. So what are the problems with these characters? Lisa is a fine support early game because she is an easy electro applicator for reactions. But beyond that, Lisa doesn't have much. The only thing Lisa has going for her is she's an electro catalyst. Her damage is bad, her effects are bad, and while her burst does have some merit to it, this right here, it has an energy cost of 80, which is honestly somewhat high. It's not huge, but it's somewhat high. And on top of that, the rest of these, induced aftershock, static electricity field, whatever this is. Yeah, this only works on potions, which I honestly find are kind of garbage. All of that is crap. This move is way too slow, and it's not very effective, honestly. Her normal attacks are what you would really be using with her, that and her burst. And the problem is, she doesn't do very good damage. She's pretty squishy. Like I said, she's all disadvantages, except she applies electro pretty well. But she's kind of outshone by literally every electro in the game except Kujo Sara. Also, Lisa's free, which also makes her better than Kujo Sara. Which, let's go into Kujo Sara and why she's so pathetic. So, to start off, her constellations are crap. They don't fix the problem that makes her just an absolute worthless piece of junk. And, like, if you like Kujo Sara, go ahead, use her. I mean, I'm not hating on people who like her, but she's not very good, and you might as well just use Bennett if it's not just that you like the character. Simple as that. So, like most bowmen, her normal attacks are garbage. They don't do much damage at all. And the synergy between her elemental skill and charge shot is actually the reason she's a joke. Okay, the only move she has in her entire moveset that's worth using is her burst. And literally the only reason her burst is worth using is you can actually hit yourself with it. Her skill, what it does is it buffs your next charge shot, so you get a delayed lightning bolt come down that does AoE damage, but she's a support. The AoE damage doesn't do much. It does apply electro, but the effect that actually matters is it can buff your other character's attack based on her attack. keeping in mind, Kujo Sara does not have good attack stats. She's not a DPS like Fischl is. And you have to actually get over to where your charge shot landed to get the attack boost. It's crap. Her burst does the same thing, but it's a lot easier to pull off. Despite its really high, somewhat high cooldown. I mean, not cooldown, energy cost. So you can't use it very often. On top of this, weapons like the sacrificial bow are useless on her because her elemental skill is absolute garbage. Her, yeah, she doesn't have anything good going for her, really. She's just Bennett, but like 10 times worse. Okay? Yin Jin, I don't know how to really feel about Yin Jin. Like, when she first came out, I was like, oh, cool, we're getting a 4-star Geo polearm user. And she's decent. You can definitely use her, especially in the early stages of the game. But you would be using her as a support for her burst. Because what this does is it increases normal attack damage based on her current defense. And notice how it says current defense, which, like, it's not... I mean, I guess it doesn't matter too much, but basically if you have a way to buff her defense, like, say, for instance, Goro, you can give her... You can increase the damage bonus. Which, she actually probably would be pretty good on a Geo team where you're using someone like Ningguang. Because Goro will buff Geo damage, and because you have 3 Geos on your team. And then, because you have 2 Geos on your team, you get a defense bonus. Because you have a Geo on your team, you get a defense bonus. That's what Goro's effects do. That's what his skill and burst do. His burst also does AoE damage periodically. Goro is good. So that would combo with Yin Jin. If you used Goro's burst or his skill and then used her burst, you would get an even bigger damage bonus on your normal attacks. And then for your other characters, you would have Ningguang, and then ideally Bennett, but you don't need to. And of course, these are all characters you have to wish for, but they're all 4 stars as well. And you don't need this team. This is just me going over how Yin Jin would probably be ideal. I hate these controls. And then, so all these 5 stars, honestly, they're, in my opinion, is not a bad 5-star in the entire game. So they'd all be good to pull. The least useful being D-Luke, who is my bane. I always freaking pull D-Luke. And I like the character, but compared to other Claymores, he just doesn't hit that hard. But that's really his only weakness. Shenhe is weird because she's only really beneficial to cryo teams, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, that means you need characters like Kamisato Ayaka, or Eula, Ganyu, Diona. Like, some of the best characters in the game, Chi-Chi, are cryo. In fact, the best characters in the game are cryo, as a matter of fact. Most of the best characters are. Which, the ones I'm referring to are Ganyu, Eula. I would even consider Kamisato Ayaka to be up there. So those are some of the best DPS in the game. In fact, Ganyu is kind of considered the queen of Genshin Impact, but you don't need this, and because you would be running a lot of 5 stars, that team is pay to win. Unless you grind a lot like I do. However, there is a way to play the game and have an effective team without spending a single fate. And what would this effective team be? Barbara, Kaya, Zhang. Where are you? Where is he? Do they not show... I guess they don't show the Traveler. Okay, then, character. And the other character you would need is Animo Traveler. So, the reason this team is useful is, which, by the way, Animo is really good. It's a really good, element. And they give you Animo Traveler right at the beginning of the game. I'm just bad with names, so ignore that. He's not a bad character. He's really not. He's a fine DPS. His ability to swirl, and my camera's going all over the place. His ability to swirl makes him a nice DPS. He's sort of like a really budget version of, say, Venti or Kazuha. I don't run him because I have Sucrose. That's really the only reason. I have a better Animo. He's not bad, though, because you can swirl Kaya's Cryo, and you can swirl Zhanling's Pyro, which you can also keep melt reactions going with this, allowing Kaya's Cryo and Zhanling's Pyro to really keep going. And I know new players aren't going to understand anything that I'm saying, but basically what I'm trying to say is they give you a good team right at the beginning of the game. And Zhanling, so you do have to reach AR20 and get somewhat far in the Spiral Abyss to get her for free. Or you can wish for her, she's only a 4-star. But let's say you need someone until you get Zhanling. You can still use Amber. She's not great, but she works. And then later, you can replace Amber when you reach AR 18 with Barbara, and you have a healer. And this is even assuming you don't pull from the Novice banner, which will give you Noelle guaranteed and a guaranteed 4-star character or higher. So you could get a 5-star right then and there, if you're lucky. So because they give you a pretty solid team without spending a single wish, for that reason alone, I can honestly say Genshin Impact is far from pay to win. Stop with the videos about Genshin Impact being pay to win. I even saw a video, I didn't watch it because I was against it, where he said proof Genshin Impact is pay to win. And the main things I see in these videos that I actually have watched are stupid things like the best characters you have to wish for, blah, 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 that kind of crap. Good weapons only come from banners. No, actually, you can have an effective team without touching banners. Yes, the best stuff in the game is from banners, but you don't need it to be effective. And even so, Genshin Impact gives you plenty of primo. Like, you get 60 for free from your dailies every single day. So just stop. Stop with the videos about Genshin Impact being pay to win. If you want to see what a real pay to win game looks like, download War Robots. That kind of blows Genshin Impact out of the water. I don't know if you can hear that plane, but if you can, I'm sorry. I can't do anything about that. Anyways, in short, Genshin Impact, free-to-play game, absolutely. It's one of the most free-to-play games I've ever seen. You can get weapons like the Crescent Pike, which is a great DPS weapon, by forging it. You don't need to wish for crap. And it's especially true that you can be effective in Genshin without spending anything on PlayStation, because you get an exclusive weapon, which is this, the Sword of Dissension. It's not great, but if you're not wishing for anything, say you want to save up for a favorite character. Let's say you're trying to save up for Zhao. Okay, let's just pretend like you're trying to save up for Zhao. You can have a pretty effective team without even wishing. You get a prototype brand core for free from Adventure Rank or Foraging. They also give you a really good artifact set, the Noblesse Oblige, just from Adventure Rank. So they basically give you everything you need for free. You don't need to wish on anything to play the game. So if there's something you're really after, guess what? Nothing in Genshin Impact is pay to win except a team of all 5-star characters with weapons from banners. That is the only thing in Genshin Impact that I would consider pay to win. But like, say you just need one of the event banner 5 stars. You've got an effective team, save up for the character you're after. Done and done. I just wanted to make this video to just demonstrate how free-to-play Genshin Impact really is. It's not a gacha game that is anything like, say, okay, I'll use this one as an example because they spam the ad market like there's no tomorrow. Raid Shadow Legends. I find Raid a fun game to play, even though I'm F2P. But Genshin Impact, you don't need crap. Like, okay. Let me show you what my main team has got, which is Xianling. I just have Ningguang selected right now because I don't really care. Let me show you what me, an F2P player, has on my least invested account so far. So, my main team is Xianling, Sucrose, Fischl, and Barbara. Barbara has Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, a really good support catalyst. And she's a healer. Which the catalyst synergizes with her really well because her heal scales off of HP and she has HP on her. What makes Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers so good is if you use it on someone like Barbara or Kokomi, you have an effective healer who, when they swap out to your DPS characters, they give them an attack bonus, and it goes all the way up to 48% of their attack at Refinement Rank 5. And it's only a 3-star weapon. Fischl. I got lucky to pull the stringless. But Fischl is an absolute beast of a character with no investment. Level 1, I was shredding hilichurls, which isn't a big feat. But considering she was level 1 against like level 20, 40 hilichurls, they were level 20 because I pulled her right away. Yeah, so imagine her with a good weapon and my way better artifacts than then. So Fischl. Zucchros. I run her more as a support and a sub DPS at the same time. I have her built for DPS based off of Elemental Mastery to take advantage of her talents that give other characters an Elemental Mastery bonus, like Fischl, to get more damage. My Zhongling has Favonius Lance because it's my only good spear right now for her. Which is only level 1, but I haven't really invested in it much. Because I'm planning to get the Crescent Pike. So, yeah. With this team, I have absolutely murdered my way through the entire game and gotten to Inazuma with almost no difficulty. Her artifacts are even pretty bad. So, with my very budget team, like, I'm just running the best of what I have to work with. I am able to just shred stuff better than I even can currently on my main account. Mainly because my main account team is incomplete. I still need Zhongli to complete my pure Geo. But, And pure Geo, I do not recommend going for when you're new. Because, unless you want to be a whale, you're gonna need Zhongli is the problem. Who is a event 5-star. So just wait on that. Get a team like I have here. Use what 4-stars you can get a hold of. For a healer, Barbara will be fine. You get her for free, so not a big deal. DPS, Zhongling will be fine. Or until you get Zhongling, Animo Traveler is fine. You can get Noelle guaranteed for almost for free because they give you all you need to wish for it and get her guaranteed. And then you'll get a guaranteed 4-star character for another 8. You see, the novice, this is the last thing I'm going to mention. The novice banner, the beginner's banner, it allows you to do times 10 wishes, which is the pity for 4-star items, for 8 instead of 10 fate. And then the first time, you're guaranteed Noelle. The second time, you're guaranteed any 4-star character. That should be plenty to get you going while you get who you're after. So that's all I have to say. Genshin Impact is not pay to win. I think I've given plenty of evidence that Genshin Impact is very free to play.